Okay, everybody, I apologize. I think I got the time messed up on this meeting today. And so I'm either very, very late. You guys have all given up on me and gone home, or I am super early and you may be joining me mid uh, dialogue or monologue. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. Mid monologue. But I thought to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start this. I'd love to do this with more input. So I hope I'm early and you guys will join me here in a few minutes. But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And then as people join, we'll get their input. This meeting tonight deals with how we're coming together to work together to build an investment club within the community here at Shadow Banking Secrets community and Adagio. And I got to be perfectly honest, as I hinted in my post this weekend, what I'm coming to share with you tonight is totally different than what I thought I would be sharing with you tonight. Last week, if you watched the archived video of the meeting, or 2 weeks ago, I guess, if you watched the video archive of the meeting, you'll see that I drew on a PowerPoint this really almost convoluted sales funnel. And, you know, it's interesting. It was the product of just some brain dump that I was doing, thinking that we were going to build something similar to what Adagio has built for us. And I didn't realize that as we were given that marketing overview, that the marketing overview in and of itself was exactly the plan that Adagio and Ben had built for us. And that there's really no need to go out there and quote, do our own thing, because it's been done for us. And that was, okay, call me dense, but that was quite an aha experience. I don't know if some of you who would otherwise be attending this meeting had already thought of that. If you were thinking, you know, what's this goofball planning or what? But I didn't realize that the essence of everything we need to build an investment club has been handed to us on a silver platter, as it were. And so rather than put my rather convoluted sales funnel back up on the screen, other than make a somewhat direct reference to it, don't give it any credence. Don't go look at it or worry about it. What I'd like to focus up tonight on is what I've learned in the process about how Adagio's financial associate program. Hey, Gabriel, I guess I am on time. Feel free to unmute and say hi.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Awesome.
So
how's it going?
you don't have to mute. You can jump in anytime.
Awesome.
But I've been recording this. I got my times mixed up, and so I didn't know if I was either very late or rather early. So I started about 5 minutes ago with some recording, and so when I send out this archive version of the recording, you can catch up on it. It's only about 3 or 5 minutes worth. But
Sounds
what
good.
I was basically what I was trying to introduce to everybody in this meeting was essentially 2 weeks ago, and you were there. I showed you this rather convoluted sales funnel that I had, started putting together. It was more or less a brain dump, kind of a mind map more than anything. So it was messy. But in the 2 weeks since, I have come to learn a lot more about what's going on with Adagio and what Ben Summers had set up for us than I realized. I thought for some reason we were going to have to go out and build our own sales funnels and put our own content and put our own education program together and so on, kind of like what we talked. And I realized that as I was studying that marketing overview, they had done it all for us. And
Right.
in what we were proposing to build, Adagio has already built for us. Did you get that, or was that me? Am I just the one that missed the boat on that, or?
Not sure.
Did you get that as well?
No, we talk about it, and then I saw your post in the on the website. So I said, yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so what I was going to propose to do tonight was, if there was anybody who had not become a financial associate of Adagio, I was going to encourage you to go out and do it if you haven't. I did it this last week. And I was going to help anybody who needed help, who wanted to do it, but just wasn't sure quite how to get there. I was going to point that out as well. But if you've looked at the marketing overview paper that the Adagio did, there's a link on there that says, I think literally, become a financial associate. And so you click on that link and it takes you over to their page where you sign up as a financial associate. And so if you don't have any questions, I'll assume no one else has questions about that either, and just recommend to everybody that they go do this. The reason being is because the sales funnel that I was going to propose we build has already been built for us. In fact, each of us as financial associates has 3 sales funnels already built for us. And so essentially all we have to do is utilize our affiliate link to go out there and promote the training and the education that Adagio has created, namely the book, the masterclass, the webinars, those kinds of things. And then of course we can also promote, some of the videos that they've put up and that kind of thing. And we use our attraction marketing techniques. And Ben, in that overview, discusses a couple of points on attraction marketing. One, he refers us to Russell Brunson and ClickFunnels if we want to go over there and basically post up our own sales funnel. I don't think we have to, since essentially our affiliate link takes us to those sales funnels and we get credit for those sales that go on through to Adagio. So Adagio does all the tracking of sales for us. Now, again, this is something that it was new to me in the sense that I wanted to promote Adagio's products. That was kind of my intent from the beginning. I just didn't know that he had this plan set up to do just that. And since I'm kind of one, I don't think of going out there and reinventing the wheel. And so anytime somebody has something like this, I'm inclined to just go along with it and say, let's use this instead. You have some thoughts on that? Have you looked at those sales funnels and affiliate links at all? Have you signed up as an associate?
I haven't signed up yet, but I saw your message, so I was checking out everything.
Okay.
And yeah, it makes sense. If this is all just about the promoting Adagio, that's great. What about their products? I don't know exactly how everything works. I gotta go over it.
Well, let's go over that real quick, and maybe that'll help others who have a similar question as yours. You might relate to this experience when you came into Adagio. I came across Ben. I came across one of his sales funnels, one of his entry points to a sales funnel, and I saw that he was offering his book. And if I remember correctly, and I could have this wrong, but if I remember correctly, his book was electronic and free. And if you wanted to wait and buy the hard copy version, which I also did, it was $47 or something like that. It was a liquidating offer, as the e-marketers call it. And so there was the lead magnets. That was the free webinar. It was the free version of the book, I believe. There are a couple of things that were free. Those are lead magnets, or ethical bribes, as they call them in a sales funnel. And so you're out there promoting these free things, okay? And this is what attracts people into your funnel, is the free stuff. And then there's an upgrade. There's an upsell, actually, is the word that they use. And so the upsell is basically a inexpensive item that they call a liquidating offer. It was his book. It actually was his master class as well. So there were 2 liquidating offers going on there. And it was his master class, which I promptly purchased. Like I said, I've been a fan of this topic for a couple of decades. And so when I saw this, I wanted to learn all he had to teach. And so I bought the liquidating offers, I should say. went out and found everything else I could find free and got those things. So I probably appeared on his lead list 47 times. And then after the reading the book several times and going through the master class a couple of times, that was when I felt ready to go take him up on his offer of a free hour of conversation. And of course, those can get pretty personal based on what your goals and your objectives are. But the point is that whole process, that whole sales funnel, is what I was looking to build over the next few weeks for us as a team, saying, hey, let's build this. And of course, the centerpiece of this whole thing was going to be the Adagio products. Right. And then I was thinking, okay, and then we'll add more later on, and we'll give it a more comprehensive, education, which we could still do possibly. But when I found out about this financial associate opportunity, where we would be doing in essence the same thing, we would all be doing a little bit of e-marketing, meaning that we would incorporate these into our Facebook and LinkedIn pages or other pages, and do some what Ben alluded to, attraction marketing. And attraction marketing, as you know, is not going out there and say, hey, do you want to come to our free webinar, or do you want a free book, or whatever. But you basically are forming relationships, and it's presumed that you have relationships already on LinkedIn and Facebook, and even face-to-face relationships, where you could kind of gauge where they're at and then say, hey, I got something you might be interested in. We're provided with 3 sales funnels which appeal to 3 different targeted groups. Again, if you've studied that marketing overview, you'll find that there's a sales funnel that targets professionals, people like you and me, who are looking for other opportunities, and particularly if we want to learn how to raise capital and help our clients or help other people's clients. And so it's targeting that, and I think that's the one that got me. Then there's another sales funnel that's targeting investors, people who would like to invest like the big dogs, but for whatever reason they're not accredited or whatever. They have a little level of sophistication, but not enough money, as it were, to go in. I mean, my father-in-law is a retired surgeon, and he falls perfectly into that group. He's got some money to invest, some pretty big chunks of money, but he doesn't qualify as an accredited investor, and so he's out in the cold sometimes. And so Ben used the term the democratization of investing, which I love that term. And so anyway, this second sales funnel is identifying and attracting those people. And then the third sales funnel is geared toward the bigger players who are already raising capital. Maybe they're already in a financial advisor or something like that. Now they want to compliantly raise $100 million or more. And so, even though that's a little bit beyond us, all 3 sales funnels, if you go back and look at the marketing overview, take these people to slightly different places based on what Ben has identified and targeted as their pain points, the solutions to their problems, and then moves them forward in a very similar funnel toward a similar end, depending on how they want to get there, whether it's the book, whether it's the master class, whether it's something else. And so I'm looking at these 3 and I'm going, this is exactly what we would build if we were building it from scratch. Why would we do anything any different? So It was a really big aha moment for me. And maybe it's just me, I'm just dense. but it finally, the light bulb finally went on after poring over this, many times. And so as I discovered that, and I've thought more about it, I have focused this last week primarily on just testing and dipping my toe in the water with these sales funnels to see if people are looking at them and what their reactions are to them. Hopefully, if I can, find out who I'm getting them to and things like that. So essentially what this does is it puts them in the Adagio loop. Now, where it goes from there is very interesting. If the people are let's say they're the bigger investors, they have more to invest, and they're essentially working within Adagio circles, then we will get a commission for introducing them to Adagio through that structure. You know, that would be you getting a commission, or me getting a commission, or Marilyn getting a commission, or whoever, Jody. And so that becomes the point of discussion, what we want to do with that. And of course, we get commissions on the other sales of the educational products as well. So the question is then how are we working together? And what I'm going to propose, in fact, what I'm going to set up, I'm going to take Ben's initiative and I'm going to go ahead and do this, but I'm going to set up the investment club. And what happens is as I was starting to say, the bigger players that Adagio wants to work with directly, those that we refer, we'll get a commission on that. The players that are too small for Adagio, my understanding is, and maybe I need to go back and reread the marketing overview, but my understanding is Adagio will kick them back to us. And those are the best candidates for our investment club. And so essentially, we're building a client base, an investment club client base, through which essentially what I see happening is we're working on everybody together for a certain point. And then if, let's say you decide, you know, your book of business within our investment club is big enough, you can say, Mark, Marilyn, Jody, whoever, you can say, you know what, I think I'm ready to go off on my own. And so, you know, what we would do is we would probably carve out your book of business and send it on your way with your blessing, with our blessing, you know, and say, go for it. You know, because we'll have other players who are substituting in and starting that process as well. And so I don't know when that jumping off point might be. It might never happen. And then again, you may get a few clients and go, you know what, I got a big enough client base now that I think I can go work with this and grow it and play directly. And so, you know, I see it as being your choice, but what we would do is we would set up the 2 squares that I put on that page are the only 2 squares that are probably legit. The rest of it's all repeat of Adagio, right?
Right.
And so one of the things that I saw in the course again was a breakout of how Ben recommends setting up the investment club. And I wish I had this in front of me. I wish I could pull up on my screen here. I show you, but it's 4 boxes, and there's a box for a couple of. I remember how it's broken down. It's a low risk, lower return, 18-month lockup period. A higher risk, meaning higher return, 18-month lock period. Okay, so there's the low, and then there's the high returns. And then they have a low return, high return, 60-month lockup period. And I've been thinking about that and realizing that you want to offer all 4 of those because each investor has a slightly different objective. And one of the key characteristics of an investment club is the investors vote to approve what investments we put in them.
Right.
And so if you had somebody, if we were proposing a low return, fast or 18-month lockup period, and you had some big shot in there that says, hey, I'm willing to let my stuff stand there for 5 years and a higher return, you can see they wouldn't necessarily vote for the same investments. Correct. And so by breaking this into those 4 sections, you can now kind of segment your market, your investors a little bit, so that it's those people who have an affinity for that investment are voting for those types of investments and so on. And so that's probably how I'm going to initially structure it. I'm going to initially set it up to be just like what the book shows. And then what we'll do is we'll set it up so that you know, commissions and things like that, depending on what the founders want to do, can be paid out either into the investment club as revenue, which we can then turn around and invest on our own behalf as a management group into the club. So we got more skin in the game. Or we could, you know, do kind of a split commission where you take some and you're enjoying some of the rewards of your efforts and putting some other into it or something like that. The other thing is that I still like the idea in our investment club of doing something subscription based. Because you're going to have a lot of people out there. If we can, bring them into the fold, as it were, and some of these people are going to be ready to go big time, and most of them will not be, and most of them will go, why am I here? And so it's about the education, obviously, that we'll spend with these folks, and some of the new content we develop may just be our very own archived training sessions on this material, just like we're starting to do already. Right. And so if they go back and watch it, they'll learn better and understand it better and that kind of thing. And that may be all the focus we need to have on the educational component. But that said, they're still going to want to play. They'd love to probably meet some of these investment bankers who are now managing some of these assets and some of these things. And I know that, as you've been in some of those meetings, we can probably invite certain players of those meetings to attend, if for no other purpose than the educational purpose. And that may be one of the bonuses we give the bigger guys in our group, is we get the invite to, have Ben introduce a new product, and we say, hey, you get to be involved in the rollout right here, come join this meeting. And we don't necessarily offer that to the smaller guys. Anyway, and again, it may have part of that voting to do. I mean, obviously, if you've got a bunch of people voting on a particular investment opportunity, and you think it's a good one, you want the bigger players to definitely be involved in that voting process. The little guys, you don't care so much because their vote won't count as much, as it were. But anyway, and so then I'm thinking, we then put the investment club on the same basis as a hedge fund or an investment bank from a compensation standpoint, where it has the two-tiered fee structure. You get the 1% of what's under management or 2% what's under management each year, and then the 20% of the performance. And then, to the degree that the fund ultimately, has profits or whatever, then we can, move that over onto the educational side for whatever purpose. In other words, there's going to be that going back and forth. So, they would help fund the educational side with some subscription dues. Then the rest of their subscription goes into the investment, and that's the investment side that gets the 2 and 20. And so those are still some of the thoughts that I've got going on this. But this discovery of mine, me waking up, I had this on a schedule that I figured was going to take 6 to 8 weeks to go live, and yet here we are live now. If we want to jump in and start promoting this, and then my focus will be on putting that investment club structure together. I'm getting the legal paperwork put together on that, and then we'll have it there and available as our people are ready to go. And then what that's going to do now is that's going to create basically a liquidating offer for our investors and those that want to play, with the money then funneled through the investment club into these different Adagio products, structured products, and any Adagio, I don't want to say approved because I don't know that Ben would go for the word approved, but basically where we've done the due diligence through Adagio, they've done their risk-adjusted performance analysis, pass muster, and those kinds of things. Nothing will go in there if it hasn't gone through the Adagio checklist of due diligence, and particularly the risk-adjusted performance factor. And so, based on that, that's kind of what I'm seeing. So tonight, if we'd had more people on, I probably would have suggested we go through the process of signing up, and maybe I will anyway, just so that people have this kind of make this step easier for them.
Yeah, sounds good.
So I'm going to take you through it if you don't mind. Let's see. I thought I had the Adagio. No. Okay, let's see. We'll go get it. Okay, so what I'm doing here for those who are watching this after the fact, this is the Adagio marketing overview. And this I put on a link on my post last Saturday. It's the Musings for Newbies post. It's probably near the top of the feed there in the Shadow Banquet Secrets, or Ben Summers Mastermind group there in the school. And if you go to one of the posts at the top, you should see something that says Musings for Newbies. And in it, I put a link to this Adagio marketing overview. So if you don't have this, it's real easy to go get it. I recommend that you take some time to read it. Maybe you can read it through once. Me, I've got to read through things sometimes 2, 3, 4 times to really let it sink in, but that's just me. But these links in here that you're seeing are links to everything from your sales funnel to landing pages to pictures to all kinds of things. Go through and click on all those links and look at what that is. It'll really give you a visual idea of what they have done for us here, and it's amazing. I had no idea when I finally realized that this was meant for us to use as a tool. It just opened up all the possibilities to me, and so I'm excited about it, as you can tell, and I've been actually getting it out there and starting to do some attraction marketing with it. This is actually right here. This is the commission structure. I had no idea. I was looking at that and I'm going, buy side, sell side, what does that mean? And I start looking at it and going, oh my goodness, those are the commissions he's paying to the financial associates for the different kinds of transactions and where the transactions show up in the process. So you can study that. It was great. So he gets down to this page. What page is this? I'm just curious. This is, I can't see the page there. Oh, there it is. It's page 8. He gets halfway through the document, page 9 actually, and finally, for the first time, and I read over this and read over this and read over this, and it was like over my head. But it says right here, register as an affiliate. And that's when I realized that all of this was for us to learn how to market Adagio. I mean, I don't know about you, but have you ever wanted to work with an investment banking firm on the sales side of things, and yet because you either didn't have your FINRA license or for whatever reason you were somewhere else, like me, I was a CPA and I wasn't about to go back and take a whole nother round of professional tests and things like that. So I just said, forget that, yet I always wanted to be on this side of the table. And here I am going, wow, this is my opportunity. I'm now retired. I can go play. And so it says register as an affiliate. So if you click on that, let's see where that's going to go. Internet's just a little slow there. There we go. There's your associate registration. Okay, it's that easy. You fill it out.
This is in the old page that you had online, the Shadow Banker Secret webinar.
Yeah. So this is where you start. You fill all that out. And then once Ben accepts you as an associate, which I'm assuming is pretty much an online thing, I know that they're going to ask you to send your tax documents in. I imagine that's because they have to have something scanned and on file. So because I had set up an LLC for my company just in December, I went ahead and had gotten an EIN number and all that, and so I sent that in from the IRS. So do whatever you need to do to get that, and then you're pretty much set up. And so that I wanted to show you. So again, you're in the marketing document. This is page 9 For those of you who've looked at it or glanced at it, go to page 9. It's at the top. And look at this. Organic lead generation primer for associates. You guys are laughing at me by now, I'm sure. If you aren't, you will. But anyway, register as an affiliate. And so I would encourage anybody who wants to be on the team with us, go register as an affiliate. Start marketing this stuff. I mean, we all have different marketing skills and different abilities to reach out to people, and maybe part of our efforts will be here to learn attraction marketing. It's an actual concept. It was developed by Mike Dillard back in the 2000s, and it's very, very successful. I mean, it's credited with building, multiple 8-figure businesses over the last 15 or so years. And there are people who've made 50 million out of it. They're making, $2-3 million a year or more. And so, we may study some of those attraction marketing things, and maybe in the next meeting, I'll bring some of my attraction marketing materials and let you take a look at them. But the idea is use the attraction marketing principles. And again, Ben mentions them down at the bottom here of the paper, referencing Russell Brunson. That's if you want to build your own sales funnel, but I ask why? Why go through the headache and the expense? Russell Brunson charges $300 a month to set up sales funnels, and some of you may be okay with spending $300 a month to set up a sales funnel. I look at it and I go, well, Ben's already spending the $300 a month. Why would I?
Right.
And so, just take the sales funnels as he gives them to us. That's not to say we couldn't go out and build some more. But for having 3 funnels now already in place, that's pretty good. I mean, you can build a 7-figure business off of those sales funnels just fine. But we'll talk about it over time. We'll come back and we'll review it together as a team and say, what's working, what's not working. You want to try something different. You want to add something. But the first thing I think is we all got to get out there, registered as an affiliate, representing everything that Adagio has to offer. We can go out there on the street and start promoting it and get paid. And so that's really the name of the game. I want to show you some of the sales funnels, what they look like. These are quite inspiring. Let's see. Here's my. Okay, great. Wait a minute. I want something else. The best way to harvest my affiliate links, because I wanted to go see the sales funnels themselves, was to go out and grab the script from the links and then go look at them as though you're going out there and signing up at the link. I hope I got that right. No, I didn't get all. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's the one. So this is the first one. And so, here they've got a video with Ed Vieira in it, who is a big libertarian economist. He's talking about the Fed's transfer of wealth. This goes into a lot of the material we've been studying the first 2 chapters. And so here he offers a case study. And this is what brings people into the sales funnel with this free lead magnet. The ethical bribe is this case study. And then, of course, from there, everything is linked to, and if you want to go through this, you could. I haven't gone through this specifically, but I know where it leads, so I haven't bothered. But it'll upsell to the book and offer the book. It'll upsell to the master class, offer the master class, and then beyond. Because once you're in the funnel moves the client down through that funnel to the ultimate sale, which is hopefully either the AIP course or the investing directly, depending on how much money they have, or they come in like us and they go, okay, what next?
Right.
And so, in which case we turn them all into financial associates. because they can then market that, make some nice generous commissions, and then start building and contributing to the investment club if they want. So that's one sales funnel. Let's go back and look at the next one.
If you're showing, I'm still seeing the same page. I don't know if it's my Zoom.
Are you seeing a video there of Dr. Vieira?
No.
Oh, are you seeing the script here?
No, I'm still seeing the same page. I don't know if it's my problem or.
I don't know. Let me try it. Let me see if I can get back to this. Okay, so you see if I can pull this up and do that. Try refreshing your screen just to see. I've got it up on my share screen. Try refreshing your screen for a minute and see if you can see that come up. It's the top of the screen says Adagio Institute, 501c3 public charity. It's the Fed's transfer of wealth and a case study on how to, and our pictures are cutting that off, on how to beat the banking system. And it's that video with Dr. Edwin Vieira. And then there's a little sheet over the side, a little screen that has them enter their name, their email address that they're trying to capture so that we can put them into the sales funnel. Down below, there's another video that says, learn how to beat the banks. Access your market crash survival guide. Oh, that was great. The market crash survival guide. And a video case study. You know, it's interesting. Have you found it yet, Gabriel?
I saw that, yeah.
Okay. So it's interesting, you know, Ben has asked us to consider looking at our customers and finding their pain points. Okay. And what's really cool, as I've said before, this marketing document actually identifies the pain points for us. We're not, you know, I'm overthinking this, really. I've been overthinking it too much. It's right here. But anyway, you know, when you look at a pain point, what's the big pain point right now for investors? What do you think the biggest pain point they're thinking about right now, today?
Safety and
this minute.
Good returns.
They're what?
Mainly safety and good returns. Like what I see even with people that I'm in touch with, they struggle to find decent performance, especially with inflation.
Yes. You know, I can visualize it now. There's a dark horse out there on the horizon, and everybody's watching this thing and they're going, what's going to happen? And they're going, now all of a sudden 2008 is coming quickly back into memory, you know. And so safety is probably one of the biggest pain points right now, especially for the baby boomers like me.
Right.
We're retired. We're trying to figure out if we're going to live long enough to enjoy all our money or vice versa. And so safety is big. And yet at the same time, we're looking at safety, and what do we got? Negative returns.
Right.
And so there's a double pain point, because will my money be there? And oh my goodness, how is it going to survive all this inflation? How am I going to make it on, I mean, they've got me going and coming right now. And so when I see, and again, I'm speaking, I'm my avatar, right? I see this: learn how to beat the banks, access your market crash survival guide and video case study, you know, and it's basically how to make money in these bad times and beat the inflation and all of that. So if I'm coming in and looking at this the first time, being my frame of pain, I'm signing up in a heartbeat. This is almost a no-brainer. And so and that's what, in part, what brought me to Adagio in the first place. And so, yeah, this is great stuff. So that's the first one. Let me go show you the second one real quick. Let's see, because like I said, these are great sales funnels. So we're still looking at Dr. Vieira. Okay, now I'm coming down here. Here we go. This is the free webinar registration. Again, so we're offering something free here as well as a lead capture. Is that ethical bribe, because they're all free. And it's, again, the ethical bribe concept is, I'll give you something of value at no charge if you'll give me your email address, right? And so that's really what it is. It's exchanging value for that email address, and boy, does he deliver the value. I've looked at a lot of different e-marketing, sales funnels, things, and what I have exchanged for that free, that thing for free for my email. I'll tell you, by far, the most value-added product lead magnet for my email has been Adagio, has been Ben. He gives so much value for no charge. It's just amazing to me. And so I'm a sold financial associate of Adagio, and I can proudly put that up there, knowing that the people that are looking at this are getting value for that email. And so basically here they sign up for a free webinar. Admittedly, this was not one of the sales funnels that I came in through. So I've not been to this webinar. I may just register for it just for giggles, just to go check it out. In fact, I think I will. So here we are. You just simply put in your first name and your last name. And again, if you've not seen this, I would recommend that we get on and do it, that you give you your mobile number and then your email address. And register. So, if you've not seen that, maybe you ought to take some time to go out there and attend that. And so I've got, let's see, it's going to tell me in today's presentation. So I'll go back and look at that a little bit later. But like I said, when you're talking about value for that ethical bribe, or that lead magnet as they're called, you guys can be really proud that Adagio has gone way above and beyond. And Ben has done that to give us a lot of value, to bring people into our sales funnel and into our corral, as it were. And then we take care of them from there based on what they need and what they want. So that's the webinar. And then the last one is the one that he directs to oh, wait a minute. Maybe I've got. So I'm just scrolling through all this. I don't know what this one is. There's this. Oh, yeah, this is it. So this is the one that shows you how to build your fund up to 9 figures and higher, to do that compliantly. So this is where he's working with people who already have kind of a book of business. Maybe they're with another firm. They want to take some of that business and go. That often happens. And so, this is, really people who are wanting to grow and compliantly raise capital for all the reasons that we're going to be discussing over the next few weeks. And so this is their, hey, I want to know more about this. And so it's your free capital creation guide and a case study on video. So again, a lot of value for the ethical bribe or the lead magnet. Just amazing value, as I've said. So you guys can go out there and play with those. Sign up as an associate, get your affiliate links set up. You can, I've been playing with this on social media. If you're using Publer to do multiple posts, schedule your posts, I should say, for like LinkedIn and Facebook, then I've actually put this on Publer with success. I've been able to put my affiliate link with the graphic, so that just by clicking on the graphic, it goes to my affiliate link, and I lost my train of thought. I'll find it back. Anyway, so that's kind of what I wanted to show you guys tonight. That's what I'm really big on this week, as we're coming together and we're thinking about what can we do next. Here's what I'm proposing. If you're new to Adagio and the Shadow Banker Secrets community, then let's encourage everybody who's new to go get signed up as an associate. Apparently that's not particularly obvious unless I'm so dense, but let's make it less dense. That's why I put the link in the post that I did this last weekend to the master marketing document overview, so they could get that and read it for themselves, discover the links, and then I even put the link to becoming a financial associate directly into the post. And so there's two groups of people here in the community. There's the new people, the newbies, and I think we ought to get them before they kind of get discouraged and they're not sure what they want to do, and they just go their own way, and they go, well, that was nice, that was good information, but I don't see a place for me, and they disappear gradually. And so I want to capture those people in a sense and say, no, don't go. There is something here for you, if nothing else than to promote the education. And by promoting the education, you get paid generously. And then, oh, by the way, guys, come play with us in our investment club. And then the other group within the community, I think, are the people that have come and gone. And I don't know how to reach those guys that have come and gone. But if there's a way, and maybe I'll talk to Ben about this, maybe we'll show our true colors and we'll be able to get things done in a way that Ben will look at us and go, oh, you guys really have it on the ball. And finally, Beach finally figured it out. And you know what? I'm gonna send these people that have come and gone to you to see if you can freshen them up a little bit, get a little fire in their belly, and get them reactivated. And so that's what I'm hoping we might be able to do. Then as a group, now working together, strategizing together, marketing together the Adagio products. Then we also have the investment club, and those that are not big enough to play directly with Ben or his investment bankers, then they can play with us. And then as a group, we go in and we have our contribution, some of these structured products and some of the other products that are recommended by Adagio, that for which they've done the due diligence. We don't have to go out and recreate that wheel, thank goodness. And then we take our chunk of an investment club that the people have voted on, and now we move that money into those investment banks. And so that's kind of the revised vision I have this week. If I get another revelation, we'll see what happens. But that's what I'm seeing here as the way to go forward, and I think it will be interesting and motivating to those who want to try it on. Obviously, we're not having to give up our side gig, our real gigs, and maybe this side hustle will ultimately be our main hustle. That's kind of what I'm hoping for me. Like I said, I'm not going in and punching somebody's clock from 9 to 5. So, and I'm not on a salary anymore. So. This is just me having fun and doing something I've always wanted to do. So anyway, what are your thoughts on Gabriel on that? Do you have any additional thoughts before we wrap this up? Any questions? What do you think other people might think about this?
That would be interesting if we can bring some people to the webinar, see their opinion about it. As I told you in private already, we had some stuff to figure out. This one is definitely it's definitely good to have already the structure in place. So, I'm more interested in another side, but it's definitely, the power of working in group is that being from different background and having different goal, we can take care of different stuff. So that would be the power if we can get other people involved a little bit more actively in this. So
okay, that
would be great.
Well, I've started recording these. I hope I went back and recorded this one. Yep, yes, I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to record this so that people who didn't attend now can come back and watch this, and it's as though they were here, other than the fact that if they had a question, we aren't there to answer it. But their questions will come up and we'll get those answered. That's easy enough. But the idea is that there's a lot of people that have come in, they're new, they go to, how do we work together on this? This is the how we work together. Right. And so, there's the two directions that I think we'll take this going forward. And this is with the input from you and Marilyn and Jody and others. And that basically is we'll focus on getting people doing attraction marketing, which is really quite easy once you learn how to do it. It's very intuitive once you've learned how to do it. And then the other side is how this investment club will work in a way that it's compliant. It's working under the tutelage of Ben and Adagio, and it will grow up someday to become a hedge fund and eventually grow up to be an investment bank. And yet we want to do it in such a way that everybody who participates in this together will, have the flexibility to develop and grow their business the way they always wanted it to grow it.
Right.
There's no intention here to create any kind of captive relationship or anything like that. It's just, hey, it's all cool. And so that's really about all I have to share tonight. Like I said, I'll get this archived. I'll post it. Hopefully people will watch it. If they have questions, maybe they'll ask questions at the bottom, and then and we can answer those. But the main thing is I'd like to see us all that have expressed an interest in working together to kind of come together and really talk this up. If you can spend a little bit of time in the community, maybe each week, maybe one or an hour or so a week, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and post or answer a question, talk up the concept here as we're getting it, then we'll continue forward at this pace, and we'll have some things coming here very soon. Again, I thought I was going to take 6 to 8 weeks just to put the sales funnels together. I just found 8 weeks. Right. So things are going to go a lot faster now, now that I get this. And so with that said, I'm just going to make this again a general invitation for everybody to get that document, get signed up as a financial associate, start promoting this, and we'll work out some of these details later. Until we do, just enjoy the money that Adagio is going to pay you for promoting their products.
Sounds great.
All righty. What would you say to anybody else who's on the call at this point? What would you wrap up with, Gabriel?
Oh, easy task. No, well, as you said, just hope that we're gonna have more collaboration from other people, and that sounds a great start, especially for who doesn't have a vision into this. So it's gonna be definitely positive for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Well, very good then. I'll let you go, and we'll get this up right now.
Sounds great.
Thanks, Gabriel.
Thank you so much,
Have a great
Mark.
evening. You bet.
You too.
Take care.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.